If I tell you in 6 months you'll have 3 job offers in your hand, one from a startup, one MNC and one remote job, you won't believe me, right? But this is all possible in this particular field which is called data analytics. If you master this in the next 6 months, you'll have 3 job offers for sure. I can guarantee you that. Hi guys, I'm Nishant Chahar. I'm an ex-Microsoft software engineer. I sold my first company. Now I'm building my second AI company and I've also raised funds. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So data analytics is one of the most in-demand skill right now. I'm not saying this without any base. According to the Future of Jobs report by World Economic Forum, data analytics, big data and AI roles are the fastest growing careers in 2026 and they'll keep on growing till 2030. At any time, any moment, if you go on Glassdoor and search for data analytics roles in India, you'll at least find 6,000 open jobs. But there is one problem. It's very tough to get a skilled data analyst. According to NASSCOM, there is a shortage of 2 lakh data professionals. And in the upcoming years, India would require at least 11 lakh data professionals. And when you go globally, this number increases even more. So if you are targeting remote jobs, if you are targeting jobs abroad, then this number is going to be even bigger. So there are jobs everywhere for data analysts, but who do these companies actually hire? Because there are plenty of data analysts, but the problem is there are less skilled data analysts. There are 2 things that you need to have. First is the right tools. Second is AI readiness. And the whole roadmap that I'm going to talk about in this video is about these 2 things. But even before you touch the tools, you need to understand what exactly is data analytics and what companies are actually looking for. So we'll talk about the tools and AI later on, but the most important part is what exactly is data analytics and for which exact problems are these companies hiring these people. Imagine there is a company whose sales are going down by 35% in a quarter. Now you already have the report. The important part of a data analyst comes now. Now you need to understand why the numbers are dropping and you need to figure out a solution for that. So the questions that come up is this problem in a particular city, or the demand for this particular product category has dropped in the past few months, or if you are running a marketing campaign, are the results that you expected are not meeting the actual results? So finding the right insights and then solving the business problem using those right insights is the actual job of a data analyst. And that's exactly why companies don't look for just tools. They're looking for people who can actually think, analyze, and help the business to grow or figure out the issues that they are facing. Because end of the day, these are the things that companies actually pay for. Now, this is aside, you know what data analytics is. Now let's come to the actual roadmap. I've divided this roadmap in 5 phases. The phase 1 is SQL, phase 2 is Python, phase 3 is Excel plus stats, phase 4 is data visualization, and phase 5 is AI collaboration. One small request, take a screenshot of this roadmap right now. Trust me, by the end of the video, you will know what you have to learn in which order and from where. So without any further ado, let's start with the phase 1, which is SQL. If you don't know what SQL is structured querying language. SQL is the most important skill in data analytics. And data analytics as a career is not possible without learning SQL. Basically, this is the language with which you actually interact with the databases on a day-to-day basis. Databases are of 2 types. One is your SQL database and the other one is no SQL database. Most of the companies store data in structured databases. That's why we use SQL to extract data from these databases. So this is a non-negotiable skill if you want to become a data analyst in 2026 or even like any time in your life. If you want to become a data analyst, you need to learn this. Let's take an example. We have 20 lakh customer records. Now your manager comes to you and he asks, I want the customer data just from Mumbai, which was the top selling product last month for our company. So you won't be able to go through that 20 lakh records to actually figure this out, and that's why you need SQL. In week 1 to 2, you will learn the basics. You need to start with the basic queries like select, from, where, and order by. So what select does is, with select, you actually select the columns on which you have to do the next computation. Second is where. Where is like a filter. So you will get only those rows which satisfy a particular condition, and that's why you use where. You just need the sales data for 2024. So you'll add where year equal to 2024, like something like this. Next is your order by. Now, if you want to get the result in a particular order, ascending or descending, that is where the order by clause is used. With all this, you will be able to basically read some data. Now comes the week 3 to 5, where this is the intermediate section where you will be learning about joins. Inner join and left join are the most important ones. These let you combine multiple tables data. For example, if you have a sales table and if you have a customer table, which customer bought what thing can be now, like you can actually find this using join. With this, you have to learn group by and also aggregate functions like count, sum, average, etc. These are used to actually categorize data and summarize data. Next comes your week 6 to 8. These are the advanced queries or advanced things that you need to learn. Learn about window function, row number, rank. With this you can actually rank the rows. Also common table expressions. These make complex queries simple and they divide complex queries into cleaner parts. These are the skills that are very important when you are interviewing and for real world projects as well. Next question comes where to learn all these things. First is your free code camp. They have a SQL course which is for beginners. You can definitely check that out. There is one more resource which is Scrimba, where you get a lot of courses, and this one is in their pro plan. You can definitely check it out. The link to that will be in the description. Next comes your hacker rank. You can actually solve SQL problems here. You also get SQL problems on lead code. You can solve on both to actually understand if you have learned anything or not. That's it. These are the resources that you need to learn SQL. Now the most important part, don't just watch videos. You actually need to build projects. You actually need to write the code to learn things. Otherwise you'll just forget. If you watch these as a Netflix TV series, you are not going to retain anything. So practice as soon as you learn anything, and here Scrimba is actually really good. You can definitely check that out. Now phase 2 comes, which is your Python. You will start this in the month 2 because from first week to 8th week we did SQL. Now you learned how to extract data out of a database using SQL. Now the second part comes where you have to clean that data and then visualize that data. So for this you use Python. So whenever you are not able to do something using Excel or SQL, you use Python to do that, whether it's complex data cleaning, automation, or advanced analysis. To put in simple terms, SQL helps you find the data and Python helps you understand it. So now let's come to the roadmap. The first 2 weeks you'll learn the basics of Python. Whenever you are learning any language, you need to understand what are loops, what are variables, how do you write if-else statements, and all these things. If you learn all this, you'll learn the basics of Python. You can do this in 2 weeks. Also, Python is very similar to English. So if you know how to speak English, you'll be able to grasp Python very fast. From week 3 to week 5, we'll learn about libraries. One of the libraries that we are going to learn is Pandas. This is Python's powerhouse for data manipulation. So the first question that will come to your mind, what exactly is library? So library is a predefined set of variables, functions, which you can call directly. You can consider this as a toolkit for your code. So you don't have to write anything from scratch. You can just import this and use the functions inside this particular toolkit to do a lot of your work. Now when you import data, clean data, transform data, by which you can actually convert these messy CSV files into usable, understandable data. And most of the data analysts live in Python. 70% of the time that they spend is in this phase only. So you need to master this. Now comes the week 6 to 8. Now there are some more libraries that you need to learn or how to use. For example, there is matplotlib, seaborn. These are the libraries to visualize the data that you have already cleaned. There is one more library that you need to learn about, that's called NumPy. It has a lot of functions that you use for data manipulation. You use all these libraries to actually convert that messy CSV file to use the rows and columns into much more understandable visual format by creating charts, by creating graphs and things like that. And most of your job will be revolving around this. Now comes the question, where should you learn all this from? The first option is Krish Naik's Python and Data Science playlist on YouTube. Second is Scrimba, where you have the free lectures on Python, which you can go there and learn basics of Python from there. Then there is Free Code Camp as well. They have Python for Data Analytics course on their YouTube channel. You can check that out. And in just a single video, they have covered till Pandas. Next is Kaggle. Go to Kaggle. There is a 30 days of Pandas challenge. You can use this for pure practice. If you do this, you'll be able to actually use Pandas in your day-to-day life in real-world projects with real-world data. Next comes your phase 3, which is Excel and Stats. Both the skills work together. You need to learn Excel and statistics both together. Let's first come to Excel. Don't ignore this because today, every single company is using Excel. Whenever you have to give a quick report to your stakeholders, you go back to Excel to build that. Excel is still the king. This is the go-to tool for all this. And you must have studied stats in your school if you come from a maths background. And this is somewhat similar to that. There are a few more things that you might need to learn if you have not learned statistics in your school time. These are the 2 skills that will make you a great analyst from an average analyst. From this, you actually understand what the data is doing. You will be able to understand what the numbers actually mean. So let's discuss the roadmap for this. I would recommend, if you can learn this in parallel with your Python and SQL, give this 1 to 2 hours every day whenever you are learning SQL or Python. Just take out some time for stats and Excel, and that would be enough. So what you need to learn per week, let's discuss that. The first is week 1 to week 2. You need to learn basics of Excel. Start with pivot tables. This is a very powerful thing that you need to learn. This is used to summarize data from thousands of rows. This is used to convert complex data into easy reports in just a few clicks. Then comes your week 3 to week 4. Here you will be learning about formulas. For example, what is VLOOKUP, what is XLOOKUP. These help you actually connect two different tables. Also learn about if-else. If you have already learned if-else in Python, then this is going to be really easy for you. Then you need to learn about index match. This is the most flexible for your lookups. Then comes your week 5 to week 6. You need to learn descriptive stats in this. Start with the basics, mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. This will help you summarize the data that you are seeing on your screen. Then comes your week 7 to week 8. This is inferential stats. This is a bit advanced. You'll learn correlation, Bayes hypothesis testing, and A/B testing. This will help you learn how you can conclude something from the data that you are seeing. For example, if the sales are down by 20% suddenly, this will help you identify the reason why this is happening. Now the question comes, where should you learn all this from? First is Excel's fun. You'll find this on YouTube. It's from beginners to advanced. You'll find most of the material here. Second is Chandu Practical. Excel for real work scenarios and clean explanation. Third is your Khan Academy. You can learn stats and probability from here. And for beginners, this is the best resource that you can find for stats. But wait, before the phase 4 starts, there is one thing that you guys are missing. 80% of the people who are watching this video have not subscribed to the channel. It motivates me a lot. So if you can go hit that subscribe button, leave a good comment. This will make me want to make more videos like this, which can help you out. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to comment. Now let's come to the phase 4. Now you have learned how to find data, clean data, analyze data. Now only one thing that is left is proper data visualization. So you can visualize somewhat of the data using Python, but there are tools specifically built for this. Now you have to present this complex data into simple to understand, simple to use terms. So companies don't want static reports. They want interactive dashboards. So to create these interactive dashboards, you use two tools, PowerBI or Tableau. For example, there is a 20,000 rows data. So no manager is going to go to each line, each row to understand what the data does. You need to actually visualize this, and it should be interactable. That means if they want to filter out a location, if they want to filter out a particular product, they can do that directly in that dashboard. So now let's come to the roadmap. Week 1 to 2, you choose a tool, whichever you want. So Power BI is integrated in Microsoft's workflow. So whichever company uses Microsoft, they use Power BI. The second one, which is Tableau, it is also integrated in a lot of companies. So it doesn't matter whichever tool you use. I want you to go through the videos and try these tools out yourself, and then decide which you want to learn. And once you learn one, you can easily learn the other one as well. Next comes your week 3 to week 4, build actual dashboards. So you'll actually learn how to connect data sources, create calculated fields, and you'll actually learn how to create interactive dashboards with different filters. Now, where do you have to learn all this? There are two channels or two resources that you can check out. Guy in a Cube. For Power BI, this is the best resource. You can, if you're a beginner, you can go from beginner to pro using this, watching this. Second is Tableau Tim. For Tableau also, you can check out this channel. You'll get step-by-step tutorials. Now the rule continues. We talked about in each phase that don't just watch these videos, go through them and actually implement things. Now comes the last phase, which is phase 5, which is your AI collaboration. So this is the phase which will take you to the top 1 percentile. AI can create reports faster, it can suggest you formulas, it can generate SQL queries for you, and it can automate a lot of repetitive tasks for you. But there is one important thing that you should do. Use AI as an assistant, not as your brain. You need to first think what you need, what you want to do, and once you do that, give and delegate tasks to AI. And this is only possible when you have some level of understanding of how these things actually work. The thinking part should be done by you, and the tedious part, maybe writing code, maybe cleaning up the data, can be done by AI. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Claude. Claude is also available in Excel. If you use Google Sheets, you can check out Gemini. So there are, all the tools are available there. So here is a detailed prompt that you can add. For example, here's my schema. I want you to calculate churn, but I'm unsure about edge cases like refunds or pause subscriptions. Give me 3 query options and explain the trade-offs for all of them. Once you learn the basics, then you can use the advanced tools. You can use Gemini CLI, Claude Code, Cursor, any of these to actually help you write Python code to clean messy CSVs. If you start using this, you don't have to waste a lot of time on boilerplate code. Next is Hex. This is an AI-driven analytics notebook where you can get SQL, Python, and all the data visualization at a single place. You have your built-in AI assistant, which can help you debug the queries that you are writing, and you can share all that with a single link. All the analysis that you have done, similar to a Google Docs. When you write Google Docs or Google Sheet, you can share everything with just a single link, right? You can do that with this. You can add your Python code, you can add your SQL code, everything in a single doc, and you can actually collaborate with your peers as well. This is perfect for A/B testing, analysis, etc. Next comes your Fabric AI. This will act as your second brain. PDF, SQL snippets, meeting notes. You can dump everything here. It can actually link everything automatically. So when you search something like Q1 churn drivers, it will actually go through all the three resources and find you the right answer. But use all these tools only when you actually learn SQL, Python, and all the things that we talked about in the video. AI can write wrong code, AI can give you wrong answers. So if you don't learn all these things, you'll not be able to figure out what is right and what is wrong. Next comes your projects and portfolio, because you can learn anything, but if you don't have anything on your resume, you'll not be able to get a job. So here are 3 project ladders that you can go through. First one is a beginner project. Go to Kaggle and find any dataset. It can be IPL dataset, Zomato dataset. Use Python to clean the dataset, and use Matplotlib or Seaborn to actually visualize this, and you can create a notebook for that. Second is your intermediate type of a project, where you can actually convert this database into a fully interactive dashboard using PowerBI or Tableau. And third is the most advanced project that you need to add. You need to combine everything from SQL, data fetching, Python, your Excel, stats, everything that you have learned in all the phases. You need to showcase that you can do anything and everything that comes to your plate. That's it. Just push everything to GitHub, post about it, create your own projects, create some basic projects, and that's it. Now to create resume, I've recently created a product called Hack ATS, where you can create ATS-friendly resume. You just need to give all the data about yourself and it will convert it into a structured resume. You can also paste job descriptions. It will improve your ATS score for that particular job description, and it all takes a few seconds. Do check it out. The link to that is in the description. So this resume will get you the interview, but there are few things that you need to take care about in the interview as well. A quick example is, if the interviewer asks you, why did you use SQL for this particular project? You don't say because SQL is used for databases. You say, sir, I used SQL to filter customer records and extract the exact data needed for my analysis. You can understand the difference between both the answers, right? With that, I'll also be creating a dedicated resume video on how to create a good resume to apply. You can check out Hack ATS as well. So don't miss that. If you want to watch that, do subscribe to the channel, and that is it for this whole roadmap. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you haven't liked the video, do like it, do subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.